Well. Just 42 minutes late. Was hanging out with some family, trying to get over some things, and it was a hilarious time. And I think Eric ended up crashing. So it's me. Yes, of course. I think it's gonna be a short one though, because it has been a long day for me. Man, I gotta tell you, I think I'm in my second to last class or I don't know. It's summer semester at Full Sail, of course. Television writing is the class, of course. And the instructor's pretty good. It's just, man, I get it. Like, just, he wants us to keep writing and all that. But if I can't mark anything complete and I just go, "Oh, yes, I did this," man, I'm not gonna go nuts over it. But as far as I'm concerned, it's a pretty decent class. I kind of wish that his selection for assignments when it comes to like us looking at TV shows and whatnot, seeing like what's episodic, what's a serial or whatever. I kind of wish that he actually picks stuff that's up to date, that's still on the air, not syndicated. Because Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Mom, hell, Better Call Saul, those three finished up. If anything, like he could tell us, like, oh yeah, let's just look at the first episode and then look at like middle of the season and then final season. That would have been perfect. It's just like, oh yes, you're gonna watch the current episode. It's like that's the finale. Those are you're having us look at the finales. Why? But yeah, it's gonna be a very chill show, very quick show. Today was State of Play, June 2025. Here, I'm gonna see if I can find a thing for it. Not gonna look at any of the trailers. I know Gosa Yote is coming. That's copped already. Don't worry about that. Ah, yes, Pragmata got a release date finally. Well, release year. It's coming out next year. So another thing to look forward to. I've been looking forward to that. But the big one was 007 First Light. And I gotta say, it's quite the weird thing to do with 007. Here, let's see if we can pull that up at least. We can look at that. I showed it to Eric earlier today. Last Light. I do believe it's called Last Light or First Light, something like oh, First Light. Oopsie. Okay, I think I got. Oh yes, right off the PlayStation blog. Let's go. This version of James Bond looks. I don't know. I guess he's supposed to be book accurate, but I said to Eric, it looks this character model looks like a combination of all of them. Just an unholy combination. And there he is, our new James Bond for the video game. Can't wait for it. Put this, with Perfect Dark and it's Spy Overload next year. Can't wait for this one. But Pragmata, I just saw the trailer for that. That looks so good now that we know what it's about. It makes so much more sense. Let's see. What else can I do? I'm trying to look up Pragmata now. But yeah, this one actually does look cool. I still got to watch the trailer for it. So give it what it is. Let me see. Hold on. Oh, I just got a little technical support thing. On October 14th, 2025, Windows 10 will stop receiving technical support. Oh, that's right. I have to update, don't I? Let's see. All right, let me find Pragmata. Now, this is one I was actually looking forward to. This looked like Capcom's answer to Death Stranding, but it looks very different from what we first saw back in, I do believe, 2021, 2022, because we actually know that this little girl in the group in the game that's with us throughout the whole thing, she knows that she's an android. She can hack into anything. Looks cool. I'll definitely grab it. That's no problem. I was looking forward to it anyway. Let's see. Will Den of Geek give me the picture or will it give me the article? Oh, good. They gave me the picture. Thank the Lord. Which Lord? You don't know. You'll never know. All right, buddy. I'm going to look up the actual details while this picture is on here. Let's see. I'm definitely going to grab this. Ooh, we got the actual poster, it looks like, too. I think everyone's seen the poster. Yeah, this is definitely going for PlayStation. Games like this definitely are like the ones that are like for PlayStation. And I'm probably going to wish list it after this. I still got to get Judas. Can't wait to see that one. All right. Here's the overview. Travel to a dystopian near future and explore a unique lunar world coming to PS5 consoles. Lose yourself in a brand new sci-fi action adventure game from Capcom, the creators of Resident Evil and Devil May Cry. Pragmata will present players with a profound story and setting as cutting-edge visuals take full advantage of next-generation platform features, all made possible by the power of PlayStation 5. Where's the plot? I want to know more. Because the first trailer was absolutely cool as hell. It really throws you for a loop because you think, oh yeah, they're on Earth, but no, it's a whole habitat, and she can breathe in air in space. Damn, in air. So everyone's like, what the hell? She got to be something. And yeah, she was a android the whole time. She hacks into stuff. We saw a lot of gameplay this time around. I just saw it. I want to find the actual story. I'm checking Capcom right now. Let's see. Oh, of course. Oh, oh, things look cool. A lot of cool roles. It's going to be quite a unique experience. Brought to you by Capcom. But yeah, there was other stuff. Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. Hopefully, they spruce up all the OG stuff. Got a new look at Silent Hill F and Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater, the remake. And Neo 3 got announced. Ghost of Yote, we got a new look at that. It looks good. I can't wait. I got the ones I want. But yeah, I'm a little hyped. Not completely. I'm calibrating my enthusiasm when it comes to that. So it's not too bad. But as far as I'm concerned, it's been waiting on Pragmata since they announced it way back when. And yeah, can't wait for it. Next year, I got my little most anticipated set. That Exodus, GTA 6. But it should be fine. Let's see if I can find something else. I don't think there's anything else. There hasn't been any you know, kerfuffle like what we looked at last time. None of the chuds are really being vocal. Like, of course, Nerdrotic was being disingenuous as hell over Ironheart, but we knew that was going to happen. So everyone that's combating him, they're having a fucking field day with it. Grums, of course, decided he was going to try to talk about how the wokes are ruining Elder Scrolls 6. Meanwhile, they're not. That was the development team of Oblivion that he was looking at. Man, and I said this this past Monday, dude, you just shut the fuck up and just make your goddamn game, or else you will be known as the new Charles Ponzi. Like, shut the fuck up. That being said, let's see what else I can find. Maybe some videos. It's gonna be yeah. Oh my lord, I am so tuckered out. I've been ripping and running. Oh no. That's 11 minutes. How about we look at some Rippaverse stuff from Frog Tony 5 hours ago? Now, have talked about Eric July in passing. I basically was very salty. I think last week or 2 weeks ago, when it came to this gods, no, no, the Saints and Sinners comic book, the fact that he picked one person who ain't ever wrote a goddamn thing. They always just yap about video games and wrestling, but he's doing a quote unquote girl boss fucking comic in there. And I just went, really? You could have gave that to someone that actually knows how to write, someone that actually wants to cut their teeth in that medium. And then you give another story to Critical Drinker. His book is trash. Hold on, let me close these windows. I just heard someone running. All right. Now I'm upstairs, so I still ain't taking any chances. All right, let's look at this. Oh Lord, if this is the case when it comes to Eric July, that
The chosen one.
hold on, what the hell's going on here? Why is the speaker? Hold on. I want to be able to hear myself. Hold on.
What's up, meatbags? It is the often imitated, never duplicated, chosen one of CG, Chicano Stanley, bad guy, bad dude, bad actor, the one, the only,
God damn.
Tony. Once again, we're back to talk about the FTC. We cannot avoid the FTC on this channel. We've talked about it when we dabbled in the Amico content. We talked about it when we dabbled in the Arcade 1-Up content. And now we're back to talk about it here with the Rippaverse. Now, I'm going to go over this little section here that I cut out from the FTC website so we can get a general overview of what we're talking about here. It says the FTC works to stop deceptive ads, and its endorsement guides go into detail about how advertisers and endorsers can stay on the right side of the law. If you endorse a product through social media, your endorsement message should make it obvious when you have a relationship, material connection with the brand. A material connection to the brand includes personal, family, or employment relationship, or a financial relationship, such as a brand paying you or giving you free or discounted products or services. Now, like I said, this is just a small snippet from the actual FTC website. You can go to the website, get the full picture. You can read the entire endorsement guide. It is a great read. And if you do social media, if you're on social media, if you're going to get brand endorsements, you're going to get sponsorships, you really, really need to read this because it is vastly important that you follow these guidelines. Now, if you need a TLDR on the situation, essentially what they're saying here is if you have any sort of relationship with a company and you are endorsing their product, you need to disclose that because the general public needs to be aware of your relationship so that way they can form a proper opinion on whether or not to believe your endorsement, right? So if you're saying, hey, you should buy Coca-Cola, it is the greatest pop ever, any other pop is inferior, and you don't disclose that, in fact, you're the brother of the CEO of Coca-Cola, that could be a very big problem because, you see, people might not believe you. They know the truth, right? And that's why people try to keep these things hidden. That's why they try not to disclose. And this is exactly why the FTC requires you to disclose. Now, there are certain exceptions. There's going to be certain rules and regulations. You know, there's a lot of minutia, right, involved. Somebody who has absolutely no following, right? You got no following, you get 10 followers on Twitter or something, and you're talking up a product. You're saying, oh, this is the greatest chocolate bar ever. And it turns out that it's a chocolate bar being sold by your brother. You're probably not going to get in trouble. I'm not saying guaranteed. I mean, if the FTC really, really wants to be sticklers, they can get you, but they probably won't because you don't have a following. You're not an actual influencer, right? However, somebody who has influence, somebody who is have a following, whether it's on YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whatever social media platform, and you're endorsing a product on that platform. And so hundreds, thousands, perhaps millions of people are seeing your tweets, your posts, whatever, your videos, and you're endorsing something and you're not disclosing any sort of relationship, whether you got a free product, whether you got a sample product, whether or not they gave you a discount on some other things, or they just gave you straight up cash. If you're not disclosing, that is a violation of FTC guidelines. Now, companies who are caught doing this, companies, remember, they're also responsible. It's not just on the party who's doing the advertising, it's on the party who's also hiring the person who's doing the advertising, right? You both get in trouble. But for the company side, as this snippet says, companies that receive this notice and
all right, what the hell's with the FTC lesson? Let's get to the actual thing. I'm just like letting this drone on. Hold on, let me see. Where is... All righty, let's get to it. I want to make sure I get right to it. Quite a heads up from Frog Tony. He has been on Eric July's ass. You know, it's so weird. Man, and I said this. I can't believe I actually was like, you know, we should actually support Eric July and all that. Meanwhile, he has been one of the biggest douchebags in the comic book scene. Like, ugh, it's absolutely horrendous.
to look at the evidence. Now, what we have here in front of us is a Discord message from a Sheepsidian. Now, if you don't know who Sheepsidian is, you can go to the Rippaverse Wikipedia page, and on that page, the wiki page says Sheepsidian is the former community manager for Rippaverse Comics. Now, as far as I can tell, he was the community manager all the way through 2024. Okay, it's very important. As you can see, this message is from April 6th, 2023. So at the time that this message was sent, Sheepsidian was an employee of the Rippaverse, right? I don't know what happened. I don't know if he quit, got fired, if there was a falling out. All I know is he no longer works there currently, but he did work there when he sent this message. And the message reads, hey, I'm reaching out to a few people who are relatively informed with comics and seeing if they want to help with promotion for ISOM number 2. It's not employment, but we're working out compensation for the folks that help out. And then he links a Google Doc that no longer works for the Rippaverse Street Team application form. Now, if there is such a thing as a Rippaverse Street Team, I have not seen a single disclosure of that. If there are people posting on social media, if there are people posting on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, making YouTube videos, if there are people promoting the Rippaverse or the Rippaverse products, right? Not just necessarily the Rippaverse as a company, but it could be particular products. Hey, go promote ISOM 3, go promote Yaira number 2, go attack the detractors. If people are being paid to do this, they're not disclosing their relationship, then clearly that is an FTC violation. Clearly, Eric July should be penalized within the full extent of the law.
But here's the thing. Eric July is one of those libertarians, and everyone knows the whole fuck them hoe ass Rose lines. But watch him get mad over this and be like, fuck the hoe ass FTC. We all know it's gonna happen. Like, and then he wonders why it ain't getting, his thing ain't getting as big as it should. Because you're acting out like a freaking child over it. When, you know what, hopefully, you know, people disclose this whole thing. Otherwise, yeah, he's going to get screwed. But that's the thing. He is one of those libertarians that's just so nuts about a lot of that shit. Like, he don't believe that he's one of those guys that don't believe the Federal Trade Commission should even exist. And I'll tell you right now, Federal Trade Commission actually saved my ass. Like, I had bought that damn Razor mask. It's in this damn picture. And they said it was N95 compliant. Come to find out, it's not. And that shocked the hell out of me. And I'm like, it says so on the packaging. What the fuck? Like, didn't get COVID the second time around. Only had it the once. So, it was a fun mask. It's a nice little accessory, but I got my money back. Like, FTC actually got me my $150 back. I think I paid a little less than that, actually. They got me like $20 more. I don't know. But yeah, this is actually pretty rough. Let's see.
To make sure that these deceptive practices don't continue, right? This goes beyond astroturfing, right? This isn't Eric July trying to create fake buzz. No, this is Eric July directly trying to deceive consumers, right? That's what the FTC guidelines are all about. It's trying to protect consumers because we got this new world in which influencers, social media people, they can show off products, endorse products, and the FTC a couple years ago really cracked down on this because things were getting out of hand. Right, when the original guidelines for product endorsement, product placement, and all that was put in place, things like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok weren't around. And so the FTC updated those guidelines a couple years ago. How do I know this? Because again, we dealt with this during the Intellivision Amico saga and the Arcade 1-Up saga. So definitely, if the FTC were to investigate, I am pretty sure they would find evidence that this has happened and probably still happening. I wouldn't doubt that this is still a thing, right? Which would explain a lot of the odd social media posts, a lot of the weird sort of excitement from these isolated corners that don't actually have a lot of engagement, don't have a lot of interaction.
Now, here, let me see what this is actually saying. Hey, I'm reaching out to a few people who are relatively informed with comics and seeing if they want to help with promotion for ISOM #2. It's not employment, but we're working out compensation for the folks that help out. Sounds like employment. You could have just said, hey, yeah, this is what's the word I'm looking for? One thing that this podcast needs. Fuck, what's the word? Not adjusters, damn it. And any other time I talk about it, son of a bitch. Oh, I'm drawing a blank. God damn it. I hate it. Eric, help me. Not July. Eric Pajowski, where are you? Damn it. Oh God. Partnership, something like that. This is more of a partnership than employment. You're still paying them, but oh my lord. I can't think of the fucking word. All these YouTubers have it. If someone has the comment, just write it in the comments. Mike, I've drawn a blank. But yeah, this is literally, oh yeah, that whole astroturfing, like even I pushed a little bit of it, but it wasn't like I was never a part of no Rip-A-Verse street team. Like hell, even Kino Casino, they're just like, hey, yeah, we don't like Dick Masterson. We're gonna promote Rip-A-Verse. Oh Lord, this is so silly.
And don't have a lot of genuineness behind it. So the Rip-A-Verse street team, or as I like to call it, the Rip-A-Verse violate the FTC and get Eric July sued for a lot of money team. I know it's a mouthful, but I think that's a better descriptor of what's going on here. But what do you guys think? Am I off base? Is this an error in my part, right? Obviously, Sheep City didn't get this street team put together. Couldn't find enough members to make this great Rip-A-Verse on the street level team of guys and gals to promote the comics. Or do you believe, like I?
Here's my thing. Just hearing that he couldn't get a street team, why the fuck do you need a street team for a comic book? I mean, for conventions, yeah, maybe. Like several comic books that I've seen, they always have a team that's out there like handing out either like a free issue or a sample issue just to prep, hype people up for what's coming. Like I have one for a zombie one that came out. I forgot what it was called, but it was pretty solid. It was, some nice art with it. It was pretty cool. But a street team? Like what's the street team supposed to be doing? Are they going like to like downtown Houston and just handing out flyers for the fucking comic book? Are they gluing up flyers on the fucking wall, posters of ISOM #2. Like, you do a team like this for a convention to get people interested. What is he? What the fuck? I don't think Frog Tony's off base here, but this is more like just to promote. So I don't think it's going to be an FTC violation. But for the most part, it seems very foolish to go with a street team when you get like a couple volunteers for a convention. Like if Sheep Obsidian was like, "Hey, yeah, we're going to be at this convention. We're promoting ISOM #2. You will be giving, the whole thing will be you're giving out the thing. You're going to be a volunteer, a compensated volunteer. That's not the word I'm looking for either, but still a compensated volunteer in promoting ISOM #2 at this convention or at that convention." What the fuck are these guys doing? It's so silly.
Believe, and like the evidence suggests, that Sheep Obsidian was reaching out to people who had influence, people who could get others to buy comics based on their recommendation, had them recommend the comic, compensated them, and did not disclose that they were compensated as such. Now, obviously, you know which way I lean. I want to hear what you guys think. Am I wrong? Is the FTC violations not real? Am I imagining things? Am I reaching? Or perhaps I am correct.
All right. So when it comes to this, I don't know if it's for like big time influencers, because Eric is friends with Heel versus Babyface. He's friends with Nerdrotic. He's friends with Geeks and Gamers, quote unquote friends, because the whole fucking sphere is just AIDS in a puddle, for real. It is absolute, just disgusting all around. They are a puddle of AIDS. I don't care anymore. Death makes you desensitized to a lot of shit. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna call it what it is. These guys are fucking douchebags. He really doesn't need it. He doesn't need big time influencers when he has guys like Critical Drinker. He has the Saska sisters. The Saska sisters have a big following. Hell, I'm a part of that following, but I'm still not buying the Rippaverse. He has Critical Drinker, who has millions of people. And that's what kills me. That's what killed me about this stupid fucking comic that's coming out from him. All these people, you're not like Critical Drinker ain't promoting it. The only person I've seen promote it is the Saska sisters and Heel versus Babyface. And we've all heard that little soundbite. Let me see if I can play that stupid shit. Hold on 1 minute. Get out of there. Freaking ads. All right, here. This is the stupidest thing.
A for amazing.
He really said A for amazing. And we've had a fucking ball. We had a ball when it came to that. Just cringing and then just doing different alphabet letters. E for end my suffering. But I think Frog Tony, I think he's got something here. There is a point here, but I don't know. It's still too early to tell, because there was, again, he said it himself, they couldn't get a street team together. Like if they had got compensated volunteers and disclosed it to at least online, like, yeah, we paid these guys to, they're volunteers, but we paid them because they did such a great job in promoting this at the convention. That's the thing. Fucking street team. Ugh. That is a funny ass thing. Oh god, that is a funny thumbnail. Let's see what the comments say on this. Ooh, I have a new Pugzer to watch. Good. He does some great. I will push that real quick. Pugzer, Pugsr. He does some great book overviews and analyses. He's done. I'm getting rid of my notifications. Don't worry about it. He does some great he recaps books like crazy. Last time he did Flowers for Algernon, he just did this, Maggie's Grave. He did Tender as the Flesh, which I'm actually tempted on getting. It sounds fucking good, actually, even though I know it's a cannibal book. All right, let's see. What do we have? All right, first comment. How can we explain broke ass people like Sturgis and homeless Larry managing to afford most of the books? Who the fuck are these characters? What the hell? Other comment. Honestly, it would make sense why some people are practically out here carrying the Rippaverse socially online. The Facebook group is like that and even has Rippaverse employees. I wouldn't be surprised if they looked for diehards and DM'd them about joining the street team. Willing to bet they probably just get a free book or membership or whatever to avoid leaving a paper trail monetarily. Boom goes an anime. Oh my god. Paid advertisement. What the fuck is it? Sponsorship. Yeah. 10 minutes later, I find out. Yeah. Why didn't he just say, like, yeah, we'll have you as sponsors, or you're going to be sponsored by us for doing this? Oh my goodness. If SOG, you say, that would also be a violation. EVS thinks it's someone else, though, I believe. Now, of course, this is all the Comics Gate. Comics Gate is also fucking screwy, but I do love when they eat each other. So this is actually funny to me. But Frog Tony, he's like the main detractor when it comes to Eric July. Like, there was like, fuck Vito. Frog Tony's where it's at. And I actually watch Frog Tony's videos from time to time because, it's. And I was actually looking for. I would have loved to have worked with Eric July. That meant, meeting up with the Saska sisters and working on stories with them. That would have been so cool. But no, I don't want. No. Like, I got a principle about it. But yeah, let's see what else. That was a good one though. It makes sense. I don't know though. It's a rough thing. Let's see what else do we have. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a quick one. Graveyard Shift is up on YouTube Movies. Ooh, nice. I watched Tales of Halloween for the umpteenth time on YouTube. It's free right now on YouTube Movies. If you got YouTube Premium, no ads. So I got to watch the whole thing in its entirety. And I have it on Blu-ray, but I'm like, dude, I need to see it again. I don't care. Let's see. Now, there's a lot of drama with Bat in the Sun. Aaron Shank, apparently, not paying people. But that's one that maybe for next, when we come back from our little hiatus, we'll cover all of it. In like 3 episodes, we'll cover it. I think that makes a lot more sense to do. Maybe recorded streams. That way you can actually see my face. But yeah, again, FTC violations. Apparently, Razor, for this mask that is in my picture, ended up having to pay back the FTC, and they paid back people that bought it. So a lot of sneakerheads who bought that fucking mask to sell online had to get their money back. Oh man, that is funny as hell. Okay, let's see. I do believe there's a lot of. I've been looking at a lot of politics. Of course, I don't even get me started. I will be in El Salvador if I say anything. So I'll just crack a joke here and there, clown on our illustrious regime from time to time with Eric. But other than that, I ain't saying shit. Oh man. What a day it has been. I am tuckered out. I do believe yeah, I think that might be it. I wish there was more. State of Play, of course, was cool. I got, get to see some. It's always cool seeing the games and all that. And I'm just thinking to myself, damn, I need a job. I mean, oh man. Again, that's one thing I said last time, like this whole thing. I already saw Smash JT. He's still going after Alyssa Mercante. This dude's this generation's Sargon of Akkad, except he's actually lying. He isn't trying to debate anyone. He's just smearing somebody over a fucking consultation firm. She said what it was, and everyone got mad. like this is history repeating itself, and it ain't even fucking 2030. Oh God. Ugh. All right, I think I'm gonna end it on that. Again, I said it was gonna be a short one. I got some other stuff to do. I got to get back to working on stuff. I got to work on television templates for this class. Hopefully, I get it right. Hopefully, I get my grade back for my fantasy story that I did last month. Hopefully, it's an A. Keep my ass in valedictorian. That'd be perfect. All right. So this has been the S-TierCast. We will be back Friday. I will get all my homework done, hopefully by tonight or tomorrow, because I want to actually have a weekend. All this shit's due fucking Saturday now. God damn. All right. I'll see you all Friday with Eric, hopefully. We'll talk then. See you all later. Bye-bye.